We've been a leader in banking for more than 100 years. You'll find us here, at home, on your phone, and everywhere you go. Renaissance Bank. Understanding you. Member FDIC. Equal housing lender.
Sponsored by Renaissance Bank.
Good afternoon and welcome to Daily Journal Newsbreak, sponsored by Renaissance Bank. Today is Wednesday, July 25th, and I'm your host, Elizabeth Walters. We're going to take a look at today's top news and sports stories from across Northeast Mississippi, but first, let's start with your weather forecast. Today, we'll have sunny skies with a high of 92 and a low of 67. On Thursday, we'll have mostly sunny skies with a high of 94 and a low of 70. On Friday, it'll be cloudy with a 20% chance of rain. The high will be 90 and a low of 69. And on Saturday, we'll have mostly sunny skies and a high of 91 and a low of 70. Now let's take a look at today's top headlines. The results are in from the kindergarten readiness assessment test, and Mississippi showed an increase from fall to spring. The tests are administered twice each school year, and the state's average score rose from 504 in the fall to 710 in the spring, with every district in the state showing progress. The test evaluates skills like the ability to recognize letters and match letters to their sounds, and it produces reports that detail each student's early reading skills and instructional plans going forward. Specifically in Tupelo, 560 kindergartners took the test, and average scores rose from 503 to 742 in the spring. And in Lee County, 493 students took the test, with the average scores rising from 502 to 729. At least $3 million from out of state has been put in Mississippi's November special election that will determine who will permanently fill retired U.S. Senator Thad Cochran's seat. Our media partner, Mississippi Today, looked over the first campaign finance reports and found that more than half of the 1,800 contributions to the candidates' committees are from out of state. U.S. Senator Cindy Hyde-Smith raised over $650,000 from out-of-state PACs, and in all she has raised $1.5 million through June, topping her Democratic challenger Mike Espy and Republican challenger Chris McDaniel by more than $1 million. 64% of Espy's $308,000 are from out of Mississippi, and 62% of McDaniel's donations are from out of state. Hyde-Smith was appointed in April to replace Cochran. Reports for the fourth candidate in the race, Democrat Toby Barter of Gaucher, were not published on the FEC website. And after years of speculation, Steak and Shake confirmed it will be opening a location in Tupelo. TRI Incorporated Realtors announced that the popular restaurant chain will open on Pinnacle Point, the multi-million-dollar project which will include retail shops and restaurants to complement an assisted living community. Steak and Shake will be one of the out parcel properties facing North Gloucester Street and just north of Community Bank. Franchise owner Matthew McKnight said the restaurant should open by March of next year. And in sports, the SEC recently passed new rules to make it easier for players to transfer within the conference and immediately eligible without a waiver. This has some coaches worried that the new rules could move the league closer to free agency. During last week's SEC Media Days, Georgia coach Kirby Smart said that he believes in a guy who graduates from college being able to go where he wants, but when you start talking about it every year, it's hard. Smart has supported graduate transfers having immediate eligibility, lobbying for defensive back Maurice Smith's move from Alabama to UGA in 2016. The fear now is that players could eventually seek transfers as soon as they drop off the depth chart. And you can read more about this in today's Daily Journal or online at djournal.com. And that does it for Newsbreak on this Wednesday. Don't forget that this show is just one of the many online offerings courtesy of the Daily Journal that gets you news off the page and on the go. Each story discussed today on Newsbreak can be found in your Daily Journal or online at djournal.com, where you can also find a new episode of Newsbreak each weekday morning. Thanks for joining us. I'm Elizabeth Walters. Have a great Wednesday.